Hey, it's Bogdan here, and we're preparing for a keynote that we're going to be delivering at an event that we're at here that we're super, super excited about, and we're preparing. But I wanted to stop here and make this video for you to share perhaps one of the biggest reasons that screws people up in their process of achieving anything they want, as well as some of the training tips and hacks that we use, that I'm using right now, that we're using to prepare our presentation, and that you can use in your everyday life to achieve more of what you want, handle pressure better, and in those times, in those important moments in your life, those big situations, you know what I mean, those times where things you really want things to play out for you, that they're more likely to do so. How do you train? How do you prepare things in such a way that you're more likely to get the result you want? So firstly, I wanted to share this. We're here in the hotel room right now. The event is going on and we're preparing. We're behind the scenes. We're going through the script over and over again to prepare. Now, we don't need to do this. I'm fairly confident that even with half the amount of training time, we would be able to get up there and deliver a pretty flawless presentation. But we're doing this because every time, every moment, additional moment you spend preparing, basically increases the odds of you going and not cracking under pressure, handling that pressure, being able to improvise in even more creative ways you may not have even known, and basically deliver at your absolute best. You're increasing the probability that you'll be at your best and you'll do something amazing. Now, there's multiple reasons why people aren't proactive and don't train and don't prepare as much in big situations. For example, I've heard and seen examples of people where they go in for a critical job interview, for example, or a business pitch or a sales presentation, and they won't start preparing. Or in this case, like for us, a speaking gig, they'll go in and they won't start preparing until the day before. And that's okay if you've done that same presentation 100 times, but for most cases, people haven't, and yet they still attempt to wing it. And one of the reasons we do that is, one, training, taking time to train. It's not always convenient. It's not always nice, practical, going through drilling over and over again. The other reason is kind of ego. We assume that we're just going to flourish, that we're going to, when the situation rises, once we're in that interview, once the sporting competition begins, once we sit down with someone over coffee and we're in this business interaction or this sales presentation, things are just going to click. And it reminds me kind of one of my favorite quotes, which is, high achievers, world champions, they rarely rise to the occasion. They don't just rise and perform better when the pressure is on. They actually sink to the level of their training in most cases, which means for a lot of high-performing athletes, high-performing individuals, they'll actually perform much better in training than they ever will in the competition. And that's a key part, because you want to train yourself to a certain point so that even if when it actually matters, your performance sinks, it's still extraordinary. Still gets you the results you want. And so don't wing it. When you have the next time that some big situation of importance comes up, don't wing it. Don't wait until the last moment to prepare, to sit down and prepare and really do your research. If I was interviewing for someone, for example, I'll sit down 2, 3, 4, 5 hours before the interview or the day before and actually research this person. Perhaps even have a conversation beforehand so that when the interview starts and the camera is rolling, I am on. I know exactly what questions to ask. I know exactly how to interact to get the best answers, deliver value. And so prepare. Don't just wing it. Don't let your ego say to you, hey, I already know my stuff. I don't need to prepare. I'm good enough. Everybody needs to prepare. World champions, the best athletes, the world's highest performers, they still prepare. They humble themselves. They stop and pause and humble themselves to know, hey, they may be world champion, but they still need to prepare. So don't wing it. Take that time. Really put in time to train. And here's one more tip. Train as if the real thing is going on. For example, we're here, we're not just, in most cases, not just sitting in bed or sitting somewhere lounging around and preparing as if we're just reading through the script in a monotone voice as if it's a discussion. We're up and walking around and with our full bodies preparing this thing because we're preparing as if it's a situation. So don't prepare lightly. Really prepare hard. And so that's one of the biggest reasons. A lot of people in those times where big importance, these big situations, and the more important something is, the more we have to prepare. Anyway, I just wanted to record this quick video for you and share this tip. If you like it, then go down below, share how you can apply this, for example. Like this, share this out to other people. We're here preparing this speaking gig, super excited about it here. And go out there, of course, go out there, have an extraordinary day.